What's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Evolution 9-inch concrete saw model R230DCT. And without going any further, I can tell everyone that this thing is an absolute unit. Normally, when I do these video reviews, I like to get some unboxed shots first, but as you can tell here, I've already put some hours on this one. I had a project in progress, so this thing was put to work as soon as it arrived. In this video, we're going to do a real quick unbox, perform its limited assembly, I'll give a performance overview and demo it out, we'll take some decibel readings, and then finally render a verdict. It does ship in packaging that clearly indicates what's inside, so if porch pirates are an issue in your area, keep an extra close eye out for your delivery. If we open up the box, we've got the saw itself, a 9-inch general purpose segmented diamond blade, some wheels to install, and a small wrench for doing so. Assembly consists of simply attaching the blade, just as you would with any other saw, and bolting on the guide wheels. So as previously mentioned, this thing is an absolute concrete cutting beast, especially when you consider the price. It is very ergonomic. We have this nice wraparound handle here that's very well balanced, and what I mean by that is you can kind of pick it up right here, and it doesn't try and lean to any one particular side. Obviously you hold it typically like this. I don't know if it would be quite as... Yeah, I don't think it would be quite as comfortable if you were left-handed, because the trigger lock is over here, kind of your thumb on the others. Yeah, so definitely set up for right-handers. Left hand here, right hand here. It is soft start, and that's very important on this tool because it pulls close to 15 amps. So on something like a shared branch circuit that might only be a 15 amp circuit, you do run the possibility of tripping a breaker if you have too many things running on it. So that soft start helps a lot with that. Let me show you guys what I mean. See how there's like that 2-second run up to speed instead of immediately applying full power, and that kind of helps with startup amperage draw. Right here there is a dust port. To be honest, I've never used it because, well, in my mind it's a little bit useless because there's so much open area right here. I just couldn't imagine it doing very much. Back here we've got the tool storage. It's a little bit of a weird place, and I probably won't actually keep this attached very long. We do have right here user replaceable brushes. Let me unplug it here and show you guys that. So there we go. Just your standard run-of-the-mill motor brushes. Up top, we also have a blade lockout switch. So press that if you want to change your blade. There we go. Hold that and you can wrench the axle nut off there. So yeah, that's operational overview of this. So I'm currently in the process of building a large retaining wall, and this thing goes through blocks like they're not even there. For what it's worth, these are not your average, relatively soft CMUs or cinder blocks either. These are actually have quite a bit of aggregate in them and cut more like poured concrete. However, using this saw is no joke. You'll pretty much need a full complement of safety gear when running it. I'm talking ear protection, safety glasses, and a respirator. As we can see here, it produces copious amounts of dust, and it's the nasty kind too, silica. That can lead to all sorts of problems if inhaled. That said, you can cut down on almost all of that if you've got a water suppression system set up. The owner's manual even recommends it. Here I've got my girlfriend keeping a hose on the cut, and where we once had lots of dust, we now just have some muddy water. I've entertained the idea of adding some DIY H2O delivery system to the saw, but that's for another day. I also want to show you guys how loud this thing is, especially when the blade touches some masonry. In fact, just spinning the saw up generates almost 100 decibels. That alone makes it just about the loudest power tool you are likely to own. However, start cutting and... we're looking at 115 plus. That's legitimate hearing damage territory, so be smart and grab your earmuffs or isotunes. Okay, so safety warnings aside, the Evolution 9-inch concrete saw is absolutely awesome. It's one of those products that just doesn't make sense to rent if you need it for more than about 3 days. At least that's how the math works out in the Seattle area. As far as the included blade goes, it's okay but not amazing. At the time I'm recording this, I've cut about 50 blocks with it and it's starting to slow down. I've got about 50 more to go, and if it makes it through those, then I'll consider that an acceptable service life. They're not too expensive to replace, and for the utility they bring to the table are totally worth it. Otherwise, the saw is perfectly sized, at least for me, powerful, well priced, and does exactly what I ask of it. I only wish it had a built-in water dust suppression system, but oh well, that I'll figure out another day. So that's all I had. Take care, but seriously, you should buy this.